Friends, today we are going to study about acid rain. You all know Statue of Liberty and Taj Mahal. Nowadays, its color is fading. What's the reason is acid rain. How it is occurring? It is occurring due to the emission of nitrous oxide and carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, the oxides of nitrogen and sulfur, which react with water vapor present in the atmosphere, and it falls down as acid rain. How can we reduce acid rain? How can we prevent acid rain? Use clean fuel like compressed natural gas CNG and liquefied petroleum gas LPG. Friends, next we can study about neutralization. Means acid is very strong, and what will happen when acid react with base? Let us see. Watch video.
In this module, you will learn about neutralization. When an acid is mixed with a base in the right proportion, both solutions neutralize the effect of each other. That means the acidic nature of the acid and the basic nature of the base are destroyed. This reaction is called neutralization. Let's see how neutralization works. We have some test tubes, some droppers, some dilute hydrochloric acid, a little bit of sodium hydroxide solution, and an indicator called phenolphthalein on the table. Let's add some dilute hydrochloric acid to this test tube. Notice that it is colorless right now. Let's add the indicator. Phenolphthalein in the test tube. Phenolphthalein gives a pink color when the solution is basic, but remains colorless if it is acidic. See how it is still colorless? This confirms that our liquid is an acid. To this acidic solution, let's add sodium hydroxide, which is a basic substance, and see if the color of the liquid changes. Look, the color has changed to pink. This shows that the liquid has now become a basic solution. That is why it is pink in color. See what happens on adding another drop of hydrochloric acid to this test tube. It becomes colorless again. The solution has become acidic because of the additional drop. Now, let's add a very small amount of sodium hydroxide, the base, again, just enough so that the solution remains colorless and doesn't change to pink. The proportion of this liquid is now such that the acid and base have neutralized each other. This colorless liquid is neither an acid nor a base. It is a neutral liquid. But how will we confirm whether this is a neutral liquid? We can use an indicator to do that. Let's use litmus paper to know for sure. The blue strip has remained blue and the red one has remained red. This shows that this solution is neither an acid nor a base. It is a neutral solution. Thus, neutralization can be defined as a reaction between an acid and a base. This neutralization reaction can be written as hydrochloric acid and sodium hydroxide gives sodium chloride and water. We will now observe other changes that took place during the neutralization reaction. The test tube has become quite hot because heat was produced during the neutralization reaction. This is one of the changes. Another product of the neutralization reaction is salt. So heat and salt are produced during the neutralization reaction. Now you know that neutralization is a reaction between an acid and a base, where the acidic and basic properties of each are destroyed and heat, salt and water are produced in the process. Let's do something interesting now. Let's try and heat this test tube without any flame. It may sound absurd, but it's possible, as neutralization reactions produce heat. We will need an acid and a base to accomplish the task. Here's some dilute sulfuric acid and a bottle of lime water. So, we have an acid and a base. Let's mix them. Mixing these two liquids heats them up as they neutralize and produce enough heat for the test tube to get heated up. Did you know that acidity can happen even in human bodies? Acidity means there is too much acid in the stomach, causing discomfort. We know that our stomach contains hydrochloric acid, which helps in the digestion of food. But when this acid is produced in excess, it causes indigestion. Neutralizing the acid with a base can help improve the situation. An antacid, such as milk of magnesia, contains magnesium hydroxide, which is a base. This can provide relief during acidity. Here's an interesting fact. An ant sting causes a lot of pain as it contains formic acid. The effect of the acid can be neutralized by using an ointment or a solution that has a base. Calamine lotion contains zinc carbonate, which is a basic substance and helps soothe the effect of formic acid on the skin. The effect of an ant sting can also be neutralized by rubbing moist baking soda, which is sodium bicarbonate. Factories in urban areas release waste materials that contain acids into the nearby rivers and streams. What do they add to the waste to make it less dangerous to plant and animal life? To make the water less acidic, the factories add bases to the acidic waste material that helps neutralize the wastes. Acidity can pose several challenges, even to plant life. Let's see how. We need to test the acidity of soil using litmus strips before we plant a tree. We have two samples here. To test the acidity of soil, let's mix this soil with water. The soil has turned the blue litmus red. This proves that it is acidic. Excessive use of chemical fertilizers makes soil acidic. So, what do you think should be done to neutralize it? The best way to neutralize acidic soil is by adding a base, such as quicklime, which is calcium oxide, or slaked lime, which is calcium hydroxide. This will make the soil suitable for plants. Now, look, the other soil sample has turned the red litmus blue. This means it is too basic. We need to add something acidic to it to neutralize it. Adding some organic matter to the soil will make it more acidic, as the organic matter will release acids into the soil. In this module, you learned that acids and bases neutralize each other's effects. when mixed in suitable amounts. The reaction between an acid and a base is called neutralization. Neutralization leads to evolution of heat. Neutralization leads to creation of salt in the process.